We got Guidance Ready in the building. Appreciate you coming through, bro.
I go.
Yes, all right. So we got a mutual friend, Freddie, and he's the one who introduced me to your music, right? To do your job. We'll come out, I think, around election time, right? Which was a pertinent topic, touching on a lot of things that need to be discussed. So for that particular song, what made you choose that particular message to say? Was that your first single?
Yeah, basically.
So what made you choose that particular song to be your first single with the social consciousness and all the elements of it?
I mean, to be honest, it wasn't my choice. You know, we was going through preparing an album, and my producer, Boogie, he's the one who actually took a strong liking to the song, and he basically was like, we should put this to the forefront, and we should come up with this message, and I just went with this decision, and it worked out.
All right. So how much do people's influence play a part in your decisions to make music, or the type of music you make, or the type of music you release? Because you listen to your producer, and it was obviously a good choice to listen to him. So it's obvious that you willing to hear feedback. But how much of a role does that play in the type of music you make and the type of music you release?
Well, to be honest, feedback is always something I feel like I could use at any point in time, and whatever I'm dealing with, I would take feedback, negative or positive, and use it. But to say it would have such a large impact on my decision, not really. It was just basically his influence, because me and him, we make music together. So if he have an opinion about something, I ought to do it. So he made that choice, and I considered it, and I felt it was the right way to go, and we moved with that.
All right, I respect that. So now you say you will take the negative or the positive feedback. When you get that negative feedback, how you respond to that? How you deal with that? A lot of artists are sensitive to get negative feedback about their work. You know what I mean? So how you deal with that?
I deal with negative feedback, I guess, like everybody else. Like in the beginning, you probably feel some type of way about it, but at the end of the day, growing and developing as a person, you have to understand that not everybody like you, not everybody can like the way you choose to do things, so it's best you either learn from it or let it hold you back, and choose just learn from it.
Right. All right. So now you mentioned developing yourself. When you come through, you got a calm demeanor. You know what I mean. You can tell you reserve. You think before you walk. You can see that. Take me to the steps of how you developed to this point. Were you always this calm, this reserve, or a little while before and get to this point? How you get to this point here?
That's another question. But I guess to stand back from me coming up as a young man. It wasn't always calm. I was loud, boisterous, wanting to be heard. Gotten a few problems, a lot of altercations and things like that. But like I say just a little while ago, just come with like development and growth. So me seeing the outcome of a lot of things with some of my peers, my friends went through, just changed my whole aspect of everything. So it's more better to be calm and leave everybody guessing than to be loud and boisterous and everybody know what you're about.
So these experiences that you learn from through other people, be a little bit more specific and share one or two of them.
Alright, rest in peace, Clifford Cartwright. That's one of my boys, one of my brethren. In school, we had a close relationship, as a friend. And we almost had like a similar similar characteristics.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was loud, he was boisterous, wanted to be seen, wanted to be heard. You know, and that ended up with him losing his life, just being around the wrong company at the wrong time. And I mean, the answer that you gotta learn from, you know what I mean? Close people losing their life. You can't just be blindsided to things and just remain the same way, you know what I mean?
I got you. So that old mentality, loud, wanting to be seen, wanting to be heard. What's the mindset behind that? Why some of the young men why would you say some of the young men in our society like that? What would you think they thinking? What inspiring them to be that way? Although, like you just gave an example, rest in peace to your friend, of how that has turned out. What inspiring them to do that?
I mean, attention, you know what I mean? Attention, that's what it is, attention. And all these young, they're seeking attention, you know what I mean? I guess they want the girls, and then they want to be seen, and they want everybody to believe this the boss, and it's a bad man, and you know what I mean? I can do this when I feel like, and so that is create sort of an ego within them, so they feel like wherever they go, they have to be seen, you know what I mean? They have to be the center of attention. And then with that, I gotta go.
Right. So, knowing what you know, going through what you've gone through, losing friends, you know what I mean? You've been in altercations, you've been in problems. You feel any sense of responsibility when you see, let's say more so the young, like we seeing teenagers losing their life a lot more now, right? So you feel any sense of responsibility within yourself to say, when you come across one who, you know what I mean, you on a level with, to reason with them or try to steer them.
Yeah, but of course, if you're responsible, if you're in a position to talk to somebody younger than you, who going through issues, or who won't be seen, or who going through all type of problems at home, and you could say something to them, why not? And man, it shouldn't be too big of an issue to you, man, because you really have a future, and if we don't tend to them, if we don't, you know what I mean, water to see it, you know what I mean? That's a term really, like, if you don't water to see it, then you know what I mean, the flower will die. You know what I mean? So it's basically what I used to do in my music. Like, when I creating music, I try my best to have a message
Right.
in it. You know, in the end, it isn't about like being flashy or who I sex, or you know what I mean, I sex the most girls, or you know what I mean, cause that come on, you know what I mean, like take it from me, like somebody who been through the ropes, or you know, who done this and done that. At the end of the day, you don't have nothing to show for that. And then so right now, it's a big responsibility for me to create a positive influence on whoever I have opportunity to.
So, very true. I respect that too, you know what I mean? So, you mentioned your producer Boogie earlier, and he was actually the one to say, push to do your job, try, right? So, is he, I mean, I would think he is, but is he a conscious person too?
Yeah.
Alright. So, we were speaking off camera, and you were talking about the message in the music, right? And you mentioned what you don't talk about, but what are some of the topics that you do discuss in your music? You know, you are the socially conscious to do your job. You speaking for the people, the voice of the people, speaking to the government, stop treating the people bad, do your job. You know what I mean? I respect that. But what other themes you say you have in your music?
I create, in all honesty, to be honest with you, I create music based off the vibration I get from whichever instrumental I mean I come across, or someone handed me, or music is such a powerful and deep thing that I think most people take it for granted. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like when a song come on, I literally go deep into the song. You know what I mean? It's beyond the beat. I mean, it's lyrics, it's timing, it's meaning, it's everything. So when I create music, it's basically up to whatever vibration I come across. You know, I don't dictate what type of music I can create, except the fact that it has to be on a positive level, on a conscious level. But other than that, because I have some love songs, I guess you call them, some R&B songs. Um, I have other songs where I just lyrically going off, so to speak, you know, and not to create an image as if I all good or and I'm 100% pure or it ain't nothing like that.
Right.
But it's just me being conscious of the fact that I need to push positive material.
Alright. I got that. So, alright, you got your locks swinging, you know what I mean? You got your Africa charm around your neck, right? You would come across any stereotypes in society, or being stereotyped in society?
Every day, man, every day.
Elaborate a little bit, because
It's not so every day.
and why I want you to talk about that is because to be stereotyped, that's normally people, but they'd say judging the book by its cover, right?
Right.
So they see you and they think what they think, right? Sometimes, most times, you might never even get the chance to open your mouth so they can see where your mind is and really have respect for each other, right? So just speak for the persons like you right now in your position who obviously intelligent, obviously wise, but don't ever it never even is allowed to get to that point of conversation for that respect to be built, you know what I mean? So just share on that stereotyping.
First of all, to judge somebody based on their appearance is a foolish thing,
Very true.
you know, because if you just look at society, most successful people, most conscious successful people, they don't dress for attention. You know, because you would understand that when you seek attention, you don't control what type of attention you bring. You know what I mean?
Very true.
So you shouldn't judge a book by the cover. You know, and that's something I had to learn myself. You know, it wasn't always the way I am.
Right.
You know, and I had to break out of that mindset that everything the media posts or every glamorous picture you come across that's supposed to be real life. You know, and down with it is, and that's what a lot of people lost in right now.
Right.
You know, so it was an incident where I was going to PTVI, and I was in this particular class. And, everybody was older than me, you know, and they had their dreads and everything. And I was sitting in the class, and I could see everybody like looking at me sideways and. I mean, watching me funny,
Right.
and I mean, that was like this, but I wasn't, I wasn't watching it.
Right.
So it was a day in class where we had to present a presentation, you know, and my presentation came across so well put together that people, I guess, felt that they had to speak out, you know, and at the end of my presentation, it was like, wow, you know, one lady, she was like, I thought you was a gangster, I thought you was a bad boy. You know what I mean? Like, I thought you was a bad boy. You know what I mean? She was like, you know what I mean? But wow, he's a nice person and this and that. And so you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, because to be honest, the most dangerous set of people and the most dishonest set of people are the set of people who really weren't about their image to begin with. Because they mainly have to focus on covering up who they really are. So it's a serious that goes a little deep, you know what I mean? But you want to sound like you're into that.
Yeah, that's a key point.
Yeah.
But quick, I want to know, when a lady say that to you, how you respond to that? Knowing that she was judging you and knowing she had these thoughts with you, how you respond to that?
I mean, I smile. You know what I mean? I smile. I smile. Cause with that whole growth and development thing we will start off with, that was in the play at that moment too. So I understood for her as well as I understood for myself. If you know what I mean, get what I'm trying to say. Like she looking at me, she figured what it's about,
Right,
it's
right,
a gangster.
right.
That's probably what she used to. So if that's how she feel or that's what she used to, it can't be mad at her for being cautious.
Very true.
And so
But
it wasn't nothing. I laugh.
right, and it's good that your response was that to show you know what I mean, like you above that in a way, you know what I mean? Alright.